Hi student, come back to explain subject constitutional law, topic the constitution. The word constitution comes from a Latin word meaning an important law and was generally declared by a Roman emperor, the highest authority in the land. The constitution, the high principles and the society organize all relationship between state with other states and have lots of human rights and liberties and managing all relationship between ruled and rules. Now explain definition of the constitution, different types of constitution. Actually, I have two types, written and unwritten, and also flexible and rigid constitution. When we talk about or explain the meaning of the constitution, whatever written and unwritten, the basic principles to which a society must conform by describing the organization of the government and regulation, distribution, and the limitations on the functions of different government departments, and by prescribing the extent and the manner of exercise of its sovereign powers. From this definition, we can talk executive authority or government put it all the regulation and the distribution. This is laws or task and the limitation or function about also a government and to put it all exercise of its sovereign powers. The roots of the constitution starting from the ancient Greece and explain this is constitution described as creating the frame upon which the government and the laws of the society that are built, put it everything, the borders of the society, a relation between the government and citizen, all liberties with freedom with human rights of the citizen, and a relation between being states with states, and sovereignty of the state. Can say the constitution and organization of offices in the state. These offices have aims to distribution the tasks in the society and sovereign authority is determined and the nature of the end of the association and also put it in framework all the rules and if happen to break these rules put it in punishment by the powers or by judicial authority. Now we are talking types of constitution. When we talk about written and unwritten types, our first types, written and unwritten constitution, it depends on the relationship legal system, or you know exactly I have two kinds of legal system, common law or Latin law. The difference between the common law with Latin law in all the rules in Latin written and the other side all the rules at common law unwritten. An example of written law Latin system and France and finally Egypt. الcommon England and American. And I have two types, flexible and elastic constitution. Now we are talking the characteristics of written and unwritten and characteristics of flexible and rigid. A written constitution. A written constitution, the form of a book or a series of documents, combine the form of book or another meaning. Written constitution put all the rules govern the society according the articles, all laws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting of the history, sovereignty, and president and prime minister, judicial branch, legislative branch, and executive branch. Now we are talking the first written constitution come from North Africa or America when we talk about freedom and USA in 1787. And finally, this is constitution liberty privilege to be tool for freedom, whereas it remains with specific rights. A written constitution made the first written constitution at France, 1791. And this is a constitution transferred to the Arabian countries like Egypt. The written constitution acquired political sense, or talking about a framework of the government. Government, types of government may be sultan, may be monarchy, anarchy, may be absolute monarchy, may be monarchy constitutional, may be constitutional, and also according to the written constitutions and the constitution rules emphasizing and determining. Now we are talking the unwritten constitution, customary constitution, or the common law. The customary is considered the oldest formal resources of the legal rule. It remains the sole sources of the constitutional rules in the world until 18th century. The unwritten, it means all the rules at the society, it depends on the custom or another meaning الحبس and traditional in the society or on the country. And the custom sometimes the first sources of the law at England. In other sites at Latin system, second sources of law. The custom binding force to the legal rule in the performance. In English constitution, it depends on unwritten because in all transactions, in all custom and habit tradition at English, it depends on the commerce. And last time, starting to make or codified these rules. And also beside the custom. Constitutional laws was formed by the customary in Britain that often represents still constitutional rules. Unwritten constitution or customary rules took great importance in the England. So these rules have lots of respectable from the individuals because definite all habits international and it should all the people to respect the same respect to the constitutional law. All the rules of customary rules, no difference like constitutional laws. The people had to respect such rules of the constitution or written constitution. Now we are talking a difference between or advantage or disadvantage written and unwritten constitution. Written constitution, form of book or a document or numbers of articles 1, 2, 3, 4. In other side, an unwritten constitution is not written in such a form. يبقى written constitution formal والunwritten informal. A written constitution is made and acted by constitution assembly of the people, or another meaning, a written constitution written by judicial authority. The unwritten constitution, it depends on the process or habits traditional in the society. Never written by any assembly or house of representative. A written constitution is usually less flexible or strict. And another side, the unwritten flexibility. The unwritten constitution mostly rules, it depends on the require of the formal amendment. A provision at written constitution can be voted in support or against any power exercised although an unwritten constitution can't be produced in evidence. It has to proved by quoting the sources of practice. This is strong than written. A difference between written and unwritten constitution. In a written constitution, written parts in majority at House of Representatives. In other sides, in some unwritten parts in the form of conventions or habits international. Second, in an unwritten constitution, most of the parts are unwritten and not written of the form of the book. However, some of the parts are also found written in some characters of other documents. Second type of classification of constitution, flexible and rigid constitution. Second type of constitution, flexible constitution. Flexible constitution can change the rules and regulations and any part of this constitution amended by the authorities and with procedures may be needed for the ordinary laws. Flexible constitution can change anytime without any procedures, like England constitution, because in the England constitution, customary constitution. The merits of flexible constitution or the advantage. Major merit of the flexible constitution is ability to change easily. No procedures, very easy to change, making any delete, any modification about the rules. With the change in the social and political environment. Secondly, very helpful in meeting emergencies because it can be easily amended. Third, the Constitution had the ability to keep space and changing any times. The people don't feel the need of revolution change. Finally, in flexible constitutions keeps on developing with times. It always continues to be popular and remains to update. A disadvantage of flexible constitution, number one, source of instability. Number two, not suitable for federation. Third, can lead to undesirable changes. Rich Constitution. Rich Constitution opposite the Flexibility Constitution. This is Constitution most fundamental law at over the world. And the basic, this is Constitution, it depends on the sovereign people. This is Constitution can't make any modification or amended before or require special procedures, the passing amendment proposal and accepted by majority of votes. Next, it should ratification by the people in referendum. The merits of rich constitution is stability in administration, also maintains continuity in administration, become a tool in the hands of the party exercising the power, and exercise of the powers by the government. Also, the constitution is ideal for federation. The merits of rich constitution fails to keep peace and fast changing social environment, inability to change easily, and I can't use this as constitution during emergency. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye, to meet again and new lectures. Bye bye.